it's upside down.
It is upside down. You can adjust. Love, love, good day to you. Pray all is well. Prey. Honoramus matras nostros. Fiduciary law. Is it? So, in this fiduciary conversation, you're the creditor. So, the seller calling themselves secured party creditor. Owner of your account. That's false personation. Shout out to Just Be Free. Free my son. Instrumental by Makai Kiagu. But now, you see what I'm showing you? Again, you're the authority. We the people are the power. You're engaged in fiduciary law. That's the reality. Whoever falsely personates any true and lawful holder, you're the only one in your account. You're the only one that can open the account in your name. Your autograph. They're engaged in moral turpitude. They're endeavoring through acts of fraud to transfer your dividend. I'm not saying nothing wild. That's what they're doing. You're reading the language. They're calling you the debtor, which is false personation. You're the creditor. It's your account. They're calling you the buyer. Again, you're the owner. You're the creditor. It's your account. This is fiduciary law conversation. You see what I'm showing you? Let me show you the other one. Now look, I got you. You gotta turn your phone, you know what I mean, however or whatever. What's the other one? I send you this. These two. And really, I should be giving you 8. Because that comptroller's handbook gives you the premise of fiduciary law. A trust is a fiduciary relationship. You know what I mean? So, I ain't saying too much. Yeah, I'll give you the comptroller's handbook. Use fiduciary accounts. I'll go to it. What is it? Pub. Took me a second. I'm looking at it upside down. That's the Comptroller's Handbook, telling you what a fiduciary relationship is. It involves a duty on the part of, and you can just put entity, agent. You can put, any, again, mechanism of commerce, doctor, lawyer, principal, chief, president, rabbi, pastor, so I'm talking to you about this, I'm going to say 8 now. These 8 references that you can read that I've sent to you out of the references that I sent to you, that I talked to you about, these 8 joints that you can read and really be empowered to engage everything with a breach of fiduciary obligation. You know what I mean? A fiduciary relationship involves a duty on the part of the fiduciary, the agent. You know what I mean? Notice to fiduciary is notice to agent. Notice to agent is notice to fiduciary. Notice to fiduciary is notice to debtor. Notice to debtor is notice to fiduciary. Again, I got 8 documents. I mean, I'm showing you 3 of the 8. This is the Comptroller's Handbook, page 3. Page 2, excuse me. In the Comptroller's Handbook, page 2. 3rd paragraph. Fiduciary relationship involves a duty on the part of the fiduciary, the agent. It says the bank, but you see how I talk to you. Bank is an agency, any agent. Pull yours up. Yeah, man, gonna be bringing together Me Gold, Emmy Gold. That's Gino Gold's brand. Black Gold, Discover Black Gold, Black Gold Vape. Shout out to Zoe's brand, and Dossier Wine. Sydney Rice brand. So shout out to Rice, Zoe, Gino, for this upcoming gala in Alabama, celebrating Gino's success. You know what I mean? And exercising his power, his authority. You know what I'm saying? So, come through you in Alabama, or wherever you at, come to Alabama. We're going to try to keep it a little exclusive. So, we're going to have some flyers going and promotion going out for it. You know what I mean? To celebrate the gentleman. Amongst others, that's going to be as well in May. Going to have the gala in New York. So, Zoe and I just got a spot in Long Island. And working on getting that location, locking that all the way in. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, to talk to you about, again, fiduciary law. I'm ready to tell you from the United States. This is personal fiduciary activities, the Comptroller's Handbook. I'm not making it up. My point is to look for everything that speaks on fiduciary law and how it's presented in my favor. Because I know in me exercising fiduciary law, I'm the owner, I'm the creditor to everything to be in my favor. That's what it promotes. Again, I'm the power. Read your handbook. Pull yours out. I encourage you to print it out and have the paper version for you to read. Yeah, I'm just in here right now. That's it. Between this, look. Fiduciary accounts.pdf. Fiduciary accounts.pdf. That's what this is. I'll tell you to read this. Page 2. The second page. Page 123. Second page in the paragraph PDF. It tells you the agent would no longer be an agent, but would be a debtor with an independent obligation to pay 3%. Again, you're the creditor. The fiduciary is using your power. You're the owner of the account. The agent is using your power. You're the creditor of the account. The fiduciary is using your power. The fiduciary is using your power. You're the creditor of the account. You're the owner of the account. The fiduciary becomes the debtor. The agent would not be an agent, but a debtor with an independent obligation to pay. Again, the owner, right? The owner. Then what I send you this. The 3 I'm going through, I send you this. No, this is in the bio. Creditors of the United States. Come on. contract. The seller is calling themselves what? Creditor. We, us. You are the buyer. We, us, are the creditor. And then they want to talk numbers. That's a violation. That's false personation. You are the true and lawful creditor of the United States. We are. We are. It's that simple though. We are though. Whoever falsely personates any true and lawful holder of any share or sum in the public stocks or debt of the United States, or any person entitled to any annuity, dividend, pension, wages, or other debt due from the United States. Again, the United States is your debtor. That national debt is what's due to you. You're the one in the fiduciary relationship. I'm telling you to be the creditor, be the owner of your name. Take ownership of your name and find out who's personating your name and sue them for trying to be the creditor of the United States. That's my conversation with you. That's what fiduciary law advocates. And in the titles of fiduciary law, you're the owner, you're the creditor. The agent is the fiduciary. The agent is the debtor. The fiduciary is the agent. The fiduciary is the debtor. And you wanna say fiduciary. You wanna say it, you wanna write it in front of the name of whomever you're, addressing. You address them as fiduciary. So that sets their standard on how to engage you. You address them as fiduciary to set the standard of which they shall engage you. Again, you're the creditor of the United States. You're the true and lawful holder. Yeah. It's all a fiduciary account. The owner is the creditor. The agent makes it a debtor relationship through misrepresentation. The agent would not be an agent, but a debtor. A debtor gets soft dollar commissions, in those degrees. Not saying it badly. I mean, there can be degrees where but if you're being forthright, then it's not a soft dollar. You get what I'm saying? If you're being forthright, then we all are benefiting from this conversation of the dollar. It doesn't have to be a soft dollar. You get what I mean? So, again, my conversation with you is you're the authority. You're the owner, you're the creditor. It's a fiduciary account, fiduciary transaction. It's a fiduciary arrangement, activity, event, affair, and you're the owner, you're the creditor of the said, relationship, activity, affair. You're the power of the fiduciary transaction. Period. And it's the agent that's the debtor. It's the agent that it's the agent that is the one that loses there, so forth, and mechanisms and etc. So I present to you. Oh no, the third one. Yeah. The Comptroller's Handbook, page 2, third paragraph. Page 2, third paragraph, Comptroller's Handbook, personal fiduciary activities. A fiduciary relationship involves duty on the part of the fiduciary, the bank, to act for the benefit of the other party to the relationship, the customer. I mean, look how simple that conversation is. So to even not wear the title of consumer, but to be the customer, you're the owner, you're the creditor. And this is just off the documents I'm presenting to you, that I send to you. Donate $1 to my mother's Cash App. You hear me talking to you? If that's what'll get you to read it, But okay, these 3 documents that I'm presenting to you, I'm sending to you. The Comptroller's Handbook, personal fiduciary activities. And for the point of comprehending fiduciary law, this is why you're here, right? Comptroller's Handbook, personal fiduciary activities. This is what I'm going through with you now. Paragraph 3. On page 2. Fiduciary relationship involves duty on the part of the fiduciary, the bank. That's clear. The customer gives the power. Just read into those first 3 sentences here, where it also tells you fiduciary law is designed to protect the party who gives fiduciary power, the grantor. So again, the customer is the grantor. The customer is the owner, right? The customer is the creditor, right? All of those terms, testor, etc., etc. But now lawfully you're known as the creditor. Stay in that. That's where you stay postured as the owner, as the creditor. Right? Fiduciary law is designed to protect, again, right, the power from the significant, right, who may ultimately benefit, right, from the transfer of power, right, you as your family as beneficiary. So again, you maintain that ownership, you maintain that ownership posture. They're the agents. See all that capacities, trustee, executor, they're the agent. Let them be the agent. Let them be the debtor. The fiduciary, right, term unfolds to all of these different agencies. Trustees are governed by fiduciary law. Govern them accordingly. You're the power. You're the owner. Govern them with fiduciary law. It's designed to protect the party who gives the fiduciary power. You do. So now you govern the trustee executor, no matter what industry. That's what the talk to you is. That's the comptroller's handbook. Right? I take you to creditor of the United States falsely personates. Come on, look at the contract. Love to you, Zoe. Love to you, Zoe. Yeah, Gino's ready, Zoe. Gino's ready. So, he wants a bottle of dossier. Love to you, Mel. Yeah, but I'm building on the 8. I'm calling them 8 references now because I added the comptroller's handbook. Which is in the bio. I also send it to you. That 18 USC creditors of the United States. Doubles down with that. Again, conversation of you being a creditor in the transaction. My press with you is to use the supremacy talk, fiduciary law. That's it. Come with the breach of fiduciary obligation. Where am I at? 41 minutes. Yeah, I'm going for the hour. I'm going for the hour. And that's my conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? To come with that supremacy talk. The breach of fiduciary obligation. What's the seller doing? Falsely personating you on the contract. How? By calling themselves creditor. Well, it must be a mistake. They know I'm the owner. It's a fiduciary transaction. It's a fiduciary transaction. It's a fiduciary relationship since time immemorial. And I'm American Indian. Now let me be, in that realm of whose title it is, who to claim. I'm American Indian. So since time forever. So come on, what are you guys doing? That's how simple I'm saying it, right? To engage in conversation. You know what I mean? So, just in this session with you, I'm showing you 3 out of the 8 that, again, I send these to you though. 18 USC, this is a silver bullet. This is in the bio. 18 USC 914, creditors of the United States. Read it for yourself. Endeavors. Whoever falsely personates any true and lawful. How are you not the true and lawful? You know what I'm saying? And they're putting themselves down as creditor on the contract. You're reading it. You should be reading these things by now. You over here. That's all I'm saying. Appreciate your time, so forth. Appreciate the emojis, so forth. You hear me talking to you. Right? Again, any stock endeavors to receive the money of such true and lawful holder thereof, or the money of any person really entitled to receive such annuity, dividend, pension, wage, or other debt, shall be fined under this title. So now, how is the seller not trying to get your dividend? Calling themselves creditor. You got the contracts. You calling them secure party creditor and trying to be the secure party to creditor. And that title doesn't exist either. It's only creditor and seller. Silver bullet conversation. You reading the links I send you, the links that are in my bio. I got the 3 silver bullets pinned at the top. Again, it's all about fiduciary law. Let me see what you're saying. Action on denial using 18. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. And listen, Mel, I encourage you to use one at a time. There's no need to even bundle yourself up. Hit it with one at a time. Wow. Each one's a bullet. You know what I mean? So. Hit them one at a time. You got it in Tila. You can bust Tila down with a couple jammies too. Doof, 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 doof. You know what I mean? Wow, wow. Doof, doof. You know what I'm saying? Each one. You know what I mean? I'm just putting one on the deck. So indeed, I see you with Tila. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then when you read that comptroller's handbook, there's more reference. Okay, word. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. There's more reference in the comptroller's handbook of different trust, titles and etc. And I gotta say to you, what I'm looking for is the creditorship, right? The ownership. So finding this right here, this creditors of the United States. That's how I sign my documents, to be honest. You know what I mean? I put the line. If there isn't a line or there is a line, under the line, American Indian creditor of the United States. Autograph, you know what I'm saying? Autograph, comma, I print, and then under the line, American Indian creditor of the United States. You know, that's me. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. Yep. Yeah, just like, you know what I'm saying? Just like you doing UCC. Look, just like you doing UCC 1 or UCC 3-018, I think is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can put all rights reserved under your neck. Come on. Don't act like you don't give me that. But yeah, indeed, I use this title. Yes, I do. Yeah. I use the title. You hear me. You hear exactly what I'm saying to you. Again, and you're the authority, though. My conversation with you is sovereignty. My conversation with you is power, ownership, creditorship, fiduciary law. Yeah, you laughing. Yeah, cool, good. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Indeed, just like I said, with the UC3 and so forth and etc. Again, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So I'm not even looking at the UCC. That's just me on it. You know what I mean? The Constitution is the supreme law. The treaties are the supreme law. So I'm not even worried about the UCC. That doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? That's not being, no harm intended, that type of language to you. But again, I'm looking for supremacy, utmost. I'm the authority, governance of the thing. So, right? And then, what else was I moving with you on? I did fiduciary accounts. Right? Listen to everything as a fiduciary account, knowing that I'm the owner, right? Who is the creditor, and the debtor is the fiduciary. The creation of a debtor-creditor relationship may occur if the agent has entered into a, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at it upside down, so pardon me. But, fiduciary accounts.pdf, right? Where here we go. The agent would not be an agent, but a debtor. So here's the seller at so-and-so agency already calling me something different in the contract from the top. And it's between a creditor and a seller. Dancing me around the store and sitting me in every seat and showing me this and messing with me on that and poking with me here. And that document, they're listing themselves as the creditor, waiting for me to sign on my account. I'm not wrong when I say that, though. Those degrees are, and some folks know this, right? Or at least they're the watchman knows and has taught the rank and file how to dance. Okay? That's how I talk to you as the owner, the creditor. You know what I mean? The watchman knows and has taught the rank and file how to dance. So you as the owner, as the creditor, you're going to have to pay attention to how they dance, enforcing the fiduciary relationship, obligation, etc. And really, you want to get at the watchman. So the more direct line you get at the watchman, the less you have to do. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it anyway. But yeah, fiduciary accounts PDF. Again, who's the debtor? The agent's the debtor. You know, you call it a fiduciary account. You call that agent, that trustee, that custodian, that guardian, the officer, the doctor, the physician, whatever title you're dealing with, whoever the title is that you're in transaction with, you call them fiduciary first. You vet them with fiduciary law. There you go. There you go, right there. I hit you right there. You vet them with fiduciary law. There you go, right there. I gave it to you right there. You vet them with fiduciary law. Yep. You owe me for that one. It's simple as that. Vet them with fiduciary law. Yep. Look, and now look. I take you to the comptroller's handbook. Where's that at? Right, because fiduciary law is designed to protect you. So you vet them with fiduciary law. What's their knowledge of it? Do they comprehend it? Do they engage in it? Are they examples of it? Which one? This document here I'm showing you now? Who is this? Quiet Storm. Let me check you out. Hold on, let me check you out. You see, I had to where I picked you up. I'm going to you. Bear with me. It'd be great if you would message me. Hold on, let me see. Quiet Storm. Alright. Okay, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm sending you both links. Packs. Okay. So now take them, put them in your notepad, and then go through them. Now what I'm showing you 3 of them. The fiduciary accounts.pdf, I'm showing you this one right here. The Comptroller's Handbook. Personal fiduciary activities. I'm sharing that with you. You're welcome. And then the other one is in my bio, actually. Right? The 18 USC. In the bio. Because of the original silver bullets. So, I encourage you to download all of these. Right? Because again, it's all about you being the power. And that's the Comptroller's Handbook again. You know what I mean? (16 CFR), I tell you to read contract and business arrangement. Because it shows that it's only between a creditor and a seller. And there's supposed to be an attorney in fact, which is the fiduciary conversation as well. So, and I explain those degrees with the silver bullets. Three of them are pinned. You can only pin three. So I'm working on trying to correct this stuff here, but seem to have some limitation through Instagram. So you can just tap it. But here in the repost, I think I kind of got it set up for you in the repost. And I'm getting there with it to where there are the 5 silver bullets explained. You know what I mean? And then these other ones are the other links. That's what I put on the repost page. So explanations of the other links, workshop conversation, you know what I'm saying? Or explanation of the links, period. Let me say that. Me showing you my Merrill Lynch account. I'm really for you to comprehend that you're the authority in this fiduciary relationship. So, these are, again, the silver bullets, which was the 5 I started out with for the workshop. And then as you go through, this is the repost page, right? See? So, you know what I'm saying? They were just removing my comments, just removing my shit. I'm like, damn, everything I'm posting, you gonna remove it? That's how you feel about it? I'm really realizing, comprehending, yeah, okay, they don't want people to know these degrees of information. So, yeah, I'm at an hour. Yeah. So, showing you different. Again, this is the repost page. I'm saying till you come through here. You know what I mean? Come through here so you can really get the links. Come to the repost page. It's not in correct order, that type of conversation. But down here, once you get past whatever that one is, get into this one, really amendable. That one on down. I'm going over the links as well. Like the remittance advice. That link I send you. And you can download them too. Yeah. Alright, talk to you a little bit. I go over fiduciary law with you for a little bit. Give you some of the creditor. Yeah. So. Alright, so. Yeah, I'm going through each one. Each link I send you. And, some of that, my TSA, the workshop material, removals. So, So yeah, that's why I'm like, my page is really about fiduciary law and my execution of it and others as well. Shout out Just Be Free for, her stance. Jessica Amanda Brown. Amongst others. Shout out Noel. You know what I mean? Squeaky. So, that's why I say you can go to the repost and get the fiduciary conversation. So, and then those are downloadable as well. All right. Well, that's it for me. Got an hour and 4. So, today I went over Personal Fiduciary Activities, Comptroller's Handbook. Fiduciary accounts.pdf. United States Code 914, creditors of the United States. Yeah, you're welcome. Quiet Storm. I don't know if I said welcome. I see your thank you. So yeah, and that's my conversation with you again. You're the power. You're the source of it all. So you have to accept that responsibility. You have to accept that authority, that ownership. I went over 3 of the 8 references that I'm putting forth, saying, out of the references I send you, you hear me talking to you, that's on my square. Out of what I send you, saying, these 8, you read these, you can use these, get to rolling with these, come with that breach of fiduciary obligation off of these, no matter the industry, no matter the agency, department, etc. You know what I mean? I'm just pressing you to comprehend that you're the creditor, that you're the owner. You vet them with fiduciary law. You govern them with fiduciary law. This is the truth. And I'm saying it to you like that. I'm on my square. So forth. Period. And now, okay, platform, page, influence, content creation, all that language. My page stands as that type of execution for fiduciary law. And I can be proud in saying that to you. So, throw $1 into my mother's Cash App for the page. Now, take the links I send you and get the cracking. Take the links I send you and get the romp and get the stomping. Appreciate you, Quiet Storm. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah. So that's my conversation with you. You know what I mean? You're the authority. You're the source. You're the power. We are. And there's no need to, or excuse me, the need is to accept that and operate accordingly. And fiduciary law is the mechanism to operate with. Now that's what I found. That's when I'm over here talking. You know. Excuse me. Appreciate you. So, yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, yeah, 18 United States Code 914, creditors of the United States. I also went over fiduciary accounts.pdf. Love to you, more. Fiduciary accounts.pdf. That second page, you know, and read it though. Read it, right? I'm giving you the dart, boom. But you know, read it so you had a comprehension. You know what I mean? But boom, they're the debtor. That second paragraph, second page, 123, lets you know they're the debtor. And the agent would not be an agent, but a debtor. The owner is the creditor. And you can't let them, you know what I'm saying? You can't let them call you anything less. Their intentions are to call you the lesser so they can run your title. That's the reality. I'm just saying, that's the degrees. So the more that you speak with that authority, you know, authoritative language, knowing they have the obligation, knowing it's their responsibility, their duty, of loyalty, of, you know, so forth. Come on, loyalty. Unfold loyalty. You feel me? Unfold loyalty. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying the word loyalty, but unfold it. You know, all that entails. What's the other word you want to unfold that stands in that utmost category of language? So, you know, again, I went over the fiduciary accounts.pdf and personal fiduciary activities comptroller's handbook. And, you know, each one is emphasizing that you're the power, the owner, the creditor. Here, you know, you're the power granting. You know what I'm saying? I was doing 7 links. And again, this is out of stuff I send you. These are out of the things that I talk to you about. These are out of things that I share with you. You know what I'm saying? I was doing 7, but I made it 8, adding the comptroller's handbook. So the 3 that I just went over is personal fiduciary activities. You know, and again, my emphasis is you're the creditor. I tell you to read page 2. Right, which is the background, paragraph 3. And just those first 3 sentences, right, with a period, sentences, where a fiduciary relationship involves a duty on the part of the fiduciary, the bank. Okay? Read it. Again, you vet them with fiduciary law. You vet them with fiduciary law. You impose on them fiduciary law. You engage them with fiduciary law. So indeed, can you be morally and ethically sound, agent? Or are you a debtor? Who are you in debt to, agent? Who are you in debt to? Tell me now. Who are you the debtor for? Are they alive or are they dead? Do they exist or have they existed? How about that? So, just that real reality of what's going on. So much so that you're the source of all of this. And to trick you into believing in a nothing. That make you credit nothing. That make you in debt to nothing. So again, that's why I'm not even trying to be funky with you, right? But I'm gonna say this to you. Yeah, you can definitely put $1 into my mother's Cash App for the page, for the links sent, for the lives given. Sure. Go ahead. Right? Right, if that'll get you to read it. Right? Go ahead and give your offering. Because the page is for fiduciary law, though. It is, though. It's not on private and exclusive. I don't turn comments off after so many people comment. In fact, Instagram shadow bans me. So I don't even have to I don't even have to do the maintenance on the account. Instagram does it for me. You understand? You hear me? You see how I see it? You see how I see that? So and all I'm over here doing is talking about you being the power. That's it. That's correct. That's correct. I appreciate you more. I appreciate you. But that's all I'm doing. I'm over here talking about you being the power. And Instagram is shadow banning me. Again, 5 times they've disabled my account, and I brought my account back from disability. Each time they're sorry. I'm sorry. We're sorry. And all I'm talking to you about is you being the power in the fiduciary relationship. A fiduciary relationship involves a duty on the part of the fiduciary, the bank, to act for the benefit of the other party to the relationship, the customer. So, in this live, right, I went over the Comptroller's Handbook. Again, just page 2 with you. Just page 2 with you. But indeed, read it. It gives you the eyes of the examiner. Go to page 9. Look, let me show you page 9. Look. Let's go there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's see what you're looking at. Trust agreement. Right? Personal trust services are a significant part of most banks' fiduciary business. A trust is a flexible legal instrument whereby one person is enabled to deal with the property for the benefit of another person. A trust can be used for many purposes, including, so again, for the benefit of another person. So you shouldn't be losing out. You hear me? So again, tortfeasing fiduciaries, trustees who are harming the owner, the creditor of the trust. There should be no need to hide from being the owner of your trust. You hear me? So come with the breach of fiduciary obligation. You hear me? How dare the seller list themselves as the creditor on your account? That doesn't make sense. They're the fiduciary. Don't they know they have the obligation to not engage in false personation, self-dealing? That's treason. Perjury. Look, a trust is a fiduciary relationship in which a person or entity holds, that's it, the legal title to property, but is obligated to keep or use the property for the benefit of another person or entity. Again, you're the owner. You're given the direction. You're the one in charge. You're the creditor. They're the seller. So now vet them with fiduciary law. Appreciate those fire emojis. That's why I'm promoting my mother's. Thank you for sharing her Cash App. But yes, that's why I'm promoting her Cash App. Because it is fire. Go ahead and put $1 in there. Her birthday's coming up on the 18th. Go ahead, drop $1 in my mother's Cash App and tell it, and put happy birthday up there. Because now at this point, you gotta be flexing fiduciary law. I'm sending you the links. You can evolve. You should be evolving within it. You hear me talking to you. You see me live, you come sit down, get revved up, prepped up, so forth, whatever situations you got going on. You should be looking at them now, vetting it with fiduciary law. Going in knowing you're the owner, you're the creditor. Pulling the contract out, seeing how they engaging you in false personation. Amongst other things, amongst other violations. You hear me? I got the workshop popping every Saturday, the last Saturday of the month. Crystal House in New York, come through. Come through. You on the East Coast, come through. Bring some food, bring some weed. That's the tax. You feel me? Come share your gift, come share your experience. Come through there. I got the workshop popping. Been going on for a year. Didn't even know it. You see when I'm beeping with you, you're the authority. And even if they take this away, you're still the authority. And they know it. What they doing? Let me show you what they doing. Look, what they doing. You know what they doing. I show you. What they doing? You saw it. Masking. Come on. Hiding. That's fiduciary conversation. Fiduciary fund accounts. So, you know what I mean? You hear me talking to you? Even more the reason why you should be vetting them with fiduciary law. Blah, 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 blah. And this is the SFF 181. Let me see where is it at. Let me see where you at. Is it right here? I think I got it right here. Yeah, right here. That's what this is. This PDF. That web page is this PDF. And it's only 2 pages, page 1 and page 6. And they talk about, let me go to page 6 on you. My bad. You see what I'm working with, the boxes. I'm just trying to get the zoom on you. I got to hide the camera in the cabinet. I got the phone in the cabinet. You know what I mean? So I'm just dealing with the height that's given. Look at that. Breach of fiduciary obligation. You see that? The last sentence, the last 2 sentences. Again, you're the owner. The ownership interest must be enforceable against the federal government. Judicial remedies must be available for the breach of the fiduciary obligation. That's what that webpage says. That vanishes. This webpage that vanishes right here. That's what that says. It's gonna go too fast, but you know what I mean? Fiduciary fund accounts is the name of the webpage. You see it disappearing. Alright, 1:30:25. I'm supposed to be finished. You see me talking to you. But again, today I went over Comptroller's Handbook. Link I send you. This link's in my bio. 18 United States Code 914. This is in my bio. I'm working on posting these lives on YouTube. So you can find this, my page on YouTube. You hear me? I'm using the same logo. And I spelled the name the same. The @ the same as well. So these lives will be on YouTube, to be honest with you. Might start putting stuff in Jess's Patreon, to help push the wellness, the fiduciary conversation, over there. So be on the lookout for that. We got the song over there. But again, I went over 18 United States Code 914 today as well. Previously, I just showed you the Comptroller's Handbook. And I went over fiduciary accounts .pdf. As well. So, again, all showing that you're the creditor, you're the owner of the account, you're the creditor of the account. The seller, the agent, has the fiduciary obligation. And you have to start accepting that so you govern it you coming with a breach of fiduciary obligation. Nothing less than that. You know what I mean? So yeah, alright. I'll try to go live again, go over the other 5, or maybe do like 3, do 2 more lives where I go over the other 5. And just, you know what I'm saying, I want you to read them all, because again, you're the authority. And, you know, the ones I'm presenting to you now, out of those that I send you, I'm saying, you know, will give you good comprehension that you're the authority in this fiduciary relationship, and to look at everything as fiduciary law and govern it accordingly. You know, just like you want to do contract law, just like you want to say consumer law, you know, constitutional law, all of that. Use fiduciary law. And now apply the Constitution, apply the treaties. You understand? That language, that comprehension. You know? So, alright. Appreciate you tapping in. Honoramus matris nostris. Fiduciary law is it. Love be with you.